Hi guys, this is White Season here, wanting to welcome you to a new video. Um, I would like to welcome everybody to the new channel. So this is pretty new for me. I never did YouTube before, so I'm just here filming a video for you guys, and please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. Hi guys, this is White Season here, back with another golf cart video. Today we're going to be checking the oil level on this 2011 Yamaha G29. Now the seat does come off, like to work in the engine stuff, but the only place you can't put the seat is on the gravel right here or on the pavement over there. That would scratch the paint here or rip the seat right here. The best place to put it if you take yours off is out on the grass right here where it's nice and soft. Now, not a problem that we encounter is that when we put the seat up, it's just going to fall like that. So I have a little trick. Sorry about the noise. Now that trick is using a piece of wood. Now I did say these things will scratch the paint, but I'll show you the little trick. You're going to come over here to the passenger side of the golf cart, open up the seat, and see these bolts that holds the seat material on. Now you're going to put on the rubber here and rest it against the bolts just like so. So that way it stays open. So that's a little trick that I know. So now, I'm going to come over here, and basically what we're going to do, and I'm going to try to do this with one hand, is take out the oil dipstick. This engine has run today. We did get the oil dipsticks like this. We're going to wipe it up. There's the minimum line and the max line. You want it to be either at the max or in between the minimum and the max. So now with the oil dipstick wiped off, now we're going to stick it back in the engine like so. I'm going to pull it back up, and we're halfway between the minimum line and the max line, so that's perfect. So now we're going to stick it back in. So that's, my friends, is how you check the oil level on a 2011 Yamaha G29. Now this is a 4-stroke engine. Now 2-stroke is a little bit different. You will have to mix, come over this side for a minute, you have to mix the oil and the gas together in the fuel tank. You know what I mean? But once again, this is a 4-stroke engine, so we don't have to do that. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I know it's going to be Thanksgiving tomorrow for some of you guys, so happy Thanksgiving, and please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification on my video so you never miss a video from me. And also, the link to my Facebook page will be linked in the description below. Thank you. Hi guys, this is White Seasons here with another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. This one's a fire alarm video. You can already tell because of the pole station right here. Today we're going to try to see if we can get this fire alarm system running again. Now I just moved, so this system hasn't ran for a long time, so we want to try to get it running. And before we get it running, first thing we want to do is replace this annunciator switch. Second thing is to put a new cover on here. You know what I mean? And then third thing is to put a new battery in and flick on the breaker, including the service switch for the breaker panel. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and unlock the annunciator switch. so we can go and replace that. Now on this cover is an outdoor cover, so it can easily be removed like this. There you go. And then there's a screw right here and a screw right here that we have to undo. So I'm going to go and undo it. Now we got the switch out. Now we want to take this off. And I'm going to try to do this with one hand. You just want to try to take it off. Now we have two wires. Normally these two would be black wires because normally this would be in your wall switch. But we're going to loosen these two screws and then pull it off. And there's the switch already apart out of the annunciator box. There's two wires for the annunciator. Once again, this is a homemade fire alarm system, so I'm just replacing the switch that I got from a hardware store a long time ago. And no wonder why a cover plate wouldn't work on here anymore, because the threads in here are stripped. You have two options. You can thread this, or what I'm actually going to do is that I'm going to spend a few extra dollars and replace the switch. Now the next thing we want to do, we're going to bypass this step for now because I haven't got a new annunciator switch yet. So the next thing we want to do to get the system going is see if these breakers work. Because sometimes they can get dust in it and then they don't work anymore. And you're thinking, what? AC breakers? Well, even though they're AC breakers, it still runs off of a 9-volt service right here. So, and the AC breakers is not meant to have 120 in them anyways. If I got that correctly. So first thing we have to do is take the breaker out to be able to, take the breaker out to be able to test them. And I'm going to show you why. So, first thing you want to do is remove this screw right here. To save time in the video, I'm going to actually remove it off camera. So I'll do that right now. So there's the circuit breaker right here. So to test this, all you have to do is turn on the circuit breaker. And you just get, because there is a thermal device and all that in there. So to test this, all you do is you get something to hit it. You get a screwdriver and just hit it. And the breakers are tripped. The reason why it trips when you hit it, because if there's an earthquake, it's designed to trip all your breakers, just so that nothing sorts out and causes a fire. So then what you're going to do is push it off, turn it back on, and that resets it. So now it's time to install this back in the panel. Now with a little bit of editing magic, I took out the breaker, tested, reinstalled it. So now it's time to reinstall this breaker. So all you have to do is put this wire in. What this breaker actually does, this is actually a square D breaker. You want to keep that in mind because sometimes you can get the wrong breaker and it can cause a, especially if you're running 120 volts AC, for example, in them, you can actually cause a fire. And that wouldn't be good. So you want to see what type breaker you have, if it's a regular breaker or a square D breaker. I have a square D breaker. So on these types of breakers, you have to put the wire in between the two metals and then tighten the screw like that. So I'm going to do that. Now since it's back inserted in the panel, you want to go in the bottom, try to clip the bottom here, like so, and then clip it in the top to make the connection. That's on, that's off, that's on, that's off. So now the next thing you want to do is install the cover or faceplate. So to do that, you want to make sure the stick goes on the top. Put it between the two metals right here. and try to fit it in. Just like that. And then you want to take the screw and start by end. You don't want to take the screwdriver and start turning it because that can cross thread it and that wouldn't be good. So you just turn it like that. Just like that. You just turn it by hand and then finish up with the screwdriver. So I'm going to do that off camera to save time in the video. Now, with the breakers installed, the power installed, give it a good test, the main and the pole station breakers, and that seems to be fine. So now, let's move on to installing our new annunciator switch. And then after that will be the cover plate for this junction box right here. And as for that I'm going to cover in another video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cover back on here, just so nothing happens, there's no wire caps or anything, just so if it somehow gets powered for any reason, it doesn't, because 9 volts can give you like a little bit of a shock, like 9 volts DC can give you like a little bit of shock. So what we're going to do is tighten this by hand by the top screw. Then put our cover plate on. Cover on. Then screw the bottom one on. Like so. Then what you need to do is take your screwdriver and screw it. 1 second, I need to get a better screwdriver. 1 second. Okay, got a better screwdriver, so I'm going to screw it in. Like so. And then put the screw away here, like so. Try and do this with one hand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this side of the cover back on here, so we can actually lock this because I don't have any wire caps. Get the top one right here. Good, and then shut it. Good. So now this is closed, so I can able to put a lock on here because of the wires. Now I just got back with the supply, so we want to take this cover off again. So once again, take that off. And then we want to loosen the screws just a little bit, but we went to remove the bottom screw. We remove this screw just a little bit. Now we want to remove the bottom screw right away. Remove it all the way. And we won't need this screw anymore because I just got a new annunciator switch. So that's removed. And then we just have to remove this top screw right here. Like so. And now it is getting pretty late out, so I'm going to cut the camera and we're going to work on this tomorrow morning. Alright guys, we are at the next morning. So now we're gonna put the new annunciator on. And yes, you can see the wires right here. We ran into emergency at 1 o'clock this morning, but that's gonna be another video. So now we're gonna replace the, put in the new annunciator switch. So with the new annunciator switch, there's like two plates right here. You can either wrap the screw around here, or stick the wire between the plate, the inside the behind the plate, and screw it down, or you can stick it in the back right here. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna stick it behind the plate and tighten it. So I'm gonna do that now. Now, with the new switch in, we want to put the cover on. I'm going to try to do it with one hand again, as it's probably easier to do it like this. Like so. Now we want to hold this up here and slide a screw here through the bottom one and then screw it in. So I'll do that now. Now we got the switch in, so we want to add the plate, and this does a screw down here and a screw up here. Then you want to screw in. Now we got the new switch and new cover plate on, so now it's time to snap this on. It's very easy. So it snaps in on the bottom like this, snaps in on the top like this, and then it should close. See, that's open, that's closed. There's the annunciator right there. Now the last thing we have to do is add a cover plate right here. So that's going to be easy to do. You just grab the cover plate, you line it up, and then you have to put a screw in here and a screw in here. So I'll do that. Now we have the cover plate in. So now it is time to install that battery and get the system running again. Now, we do have to sync the system right through, so we're going to be using this PlayStation and this box to sync it. So we're going to be doing this. I'm just opening it up here to get the model number on a Edwards 270 plow. You can see it right there. So we want to take the cover over here, and before we do anything, we want to reset this and reset this. Good. And then we want to grab the battery, make sure put the polarity right, and insert it just like so. And now it's flashing. So now here comes the big step. Turning on the service switch, going here, main breaker on, pulsation breaker on. Boom! That is exciting. Okay, I never been this excited before. Okay, so now we want to open this pulsation because we will have to sync it. So to sync it, all you have to do on this system is you have the control panel right here. you can only do it by the control panel. So you have to take the switch and you have to flick it on 8 times. There you go. That was 8 times, and you want to end in the off position. That right there, when we pulled the pole station, and what I'm actually going to do is hotwire this to sync this through, and then we should be good. So to sync the pole station, you have to make sure it's open. If you don't open it, and you pull it, you might not have a screwdriver to reset it, because there's a little screw right here that you have to undo and to reset this thing. And yes, you heard me right, because when you pull this thing, you can't reset it, so you actually have to open them up to reset them. So we'll just flick that on, and we're just going to flick on really quickly, let it beep once, shut it right off. Ah, that was a fail. Okay, normally you would have to do that, but that's typically normally that would happen if something's not connected properly. So I'm going to look into it and get back to you guys. Sometimes you know what the problem is, sometimes it doesn't make a connection here, so we're going to try it again. Ready? There we go. Now that's synced through. Okay, turn that off. Now, so never do this with the power on. But I'm going to, now if you don't feel confident working on these electric things yourself, I would recommend you hire a licensed electrician. But now, even though this wire is thin, shouldn't burn up and melt. Should not. So now, with that hot wired, I'm going to sync that box. 3, 2, 1. Okay, something just happened there. Oh, that's why. You had to turn on the service switch for the box. I forgot about that. Okay, with the service switch on. Ready? There we go. That box is synced through. So now the way I just synced it, this pole station is zone 1. This box is going to be zone 2. So now we just want to cap this. And so that's off. And so that's reset, which is this. And let me show you. With the system on silence, see when you pull it, you can't reset it, no matter how many times I try. So you have to actually open it up, turn it off, and then close it like this. So now, with the pole station reset, this box is reset, we're gonna reset the system. That's very easy. We're gonna turn back on, and the system is reset. So that's, my guys, is how you get a system running that's been sitting for a long time. This system hasn't ran since August of 2020. Now, if your system doesn't run from 1 month or longer, you want to do these steps to get it running again. But that's it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. and I'll link my social medias in the description below. Thank you. Hey guys, this is White Season here, back with another video. Today, we're going to be replacing this box because this box is pretty old. The box that holds the switch on is the original box for the system, and the ground screw that bonds the box went, which is why you see these wires right here. So, we're going to try to replace the box. At the same time, this box is going to go pretty soon too, so I'm going to do this box at the same time, but it's going to be the exact same thing, so you can do that off camera. But before we do, we have to shut off the main breaker. The reason why, because this only shuts off the breaker panel. If we shut off the main breaker, it shuts off the whole system. The whole entire system. Not the breaker panel, but the whole entire system. Go in here, shut off the main breaker, which is the first one right there. And now we're safe to work on it. Pull the pull station. We don't have any power, and we don't. That's good. So now we're ready to work on this. Now, this switch is a hospital grade decorator switch and a hospital grade cover plate. So we want to remove the cover plate and the switch. Same thing as the last video that we did on the annunciator switch. So I'm going to go remove the switch, and then we'll work on replacing the box. Now with all the wires undone, that's including undoing the wire nut, taking this wire off, taking off the two grounds. Now we have this screw, this screw, this screw, and this screw that we want to undo. And then the box will come straight out. And we got the box out with just 4, sorry about that. We got the box out with just 4 screws. This is where the ground would normally go, right here. And it's very interesting if we can compare it to a newer box. Very interesting that they make boxes a lot smaller than they used to back in 2016 when the system was first built. So now I gotta go to the hardware store and get a new box, because the problem with this box is that the ground stripped out because of wear and tear. So anyways, I'm gonna go to the hardware store, and I'm gonna show you guys when I get back how to install a new box. So now basically what we want to do is knock this middle one out. You just basically grab like a screwdriver, it can be a flathead or anything, put it on top of here, and then hit the screwdriver hammer on top of this to knock it out. And then you just go in here with a pair of pliers and you just twist it out. That's how you can get them knocked out without any special tools. So I'll do that now. So now this is the aftermath of this box. So now what you want to do is unscrew the ground right here. Put this box in with all the wires in it, and then you just want to screw it in here, 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 and here. I'm going to do that now. And then afterwards you just bond the wires to the box, and then you just wire the switch back up. You saw me do this in the last video, so I don't have to do it again. You can watch my last video if you want to know how to wire switch in and all that stuff. I got the box in. This is capped. The box is bounded to the ground. Now all that's left is to reinstall the switch, and then you'll be done. Now, if you're wondering why the box looks smaller, that's because they make boxes very differently than they used to today. And just to compare, here's a regular box right here. See, it's all big, and then there's this box, which is all small. That's because they make things a lot bit different today. But all that's left is to rewire the switch, and then you're done. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Hi guys, this is White Season here, back with another video. Sorry if the video quality is not that great. My camera just died, so I have to film with a different camera. Now that being said, that's off my head. Hopefully I get a new camera by Christmas, but you never know. So today we have to replace the control panel cover because the thing is that if you open it up, if you look here, there's a nice good crack right here. So what I'm going to have to do is replace the cover. That's going to be very easy to do. I'm going to take it off. Oh, sorry. 1 second. And now you're going to have a screw here, 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 and here. Now you could use like a regular screwdriver, but I'm going to make it a little bit quicker and use a drill. So we're going to unscrew it here. Guess this wasn't installed properly and missed the screw, so we'll move on to the next. And then we'll move on to this one. Might have to go up a setting. 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. Reset this back to 1 and undo this screw. Okay, that isn't good. So now, that's the thing, is that this screw is, the plug in here went bad. So the screw just keeps on spinning, spinning, and spinning. Yeah. So I'm going to grab a couple of tools and we're going to fix that problem. So the first thing you want to do is remove the cover plate, but before we do, try to grab my key without showing you guys. We're going to unlock the electrical panel. Go in here, and this is a 20 amp main breaker. We're going to shut that off. Now we'll have to remove the cover plate here. Now the cover plate looks a lot different. That's because I upgraded the whole entire system to stainless steel cover plates. So they look a little bit like, they actually look a lot nicer. As some of you guys might agree. And the reason why we're removing that, and I just realized this as I was taking apart the control panel, is because this is going to get in the way of removing the actual thing. Hi. And now the reason why there's no box in here because this is a control panel, so I can fit a box in here, but that's okay because the cover plate protects you either way. Now, if you're working on an actual electrical light switch that controls the light in your home, you want to have that box, but on my system, this is okay. So now, what we're going to do, I'm going to try to do this with one hand, is bend it like this, and slowly remove the screw. Try to sorry, you're seeing something there. And just by moving it the other way, we took it apart. So now, not only we have to put a plug in here, but we have to replace this plug. You know. So, easy way to do that is to grab one of the screws that screws into here normally. Yeah, this thing. And you just pull out just like that. Yeah, so now we have two plugs that we have to replace, but that's okay because a new cover for the control panel will come with plugs, so that's going to be completely okay. And so also you want to make sure you take your I got this from the hardware store. This is normally used to put on your thermostat, so that way nobody can change this. These are normally used in like restaurants or public places. You know what I mean? But you want to make sure you take this with you so you get the correct size. And I will be back once I get back from the hardware store. Just a little update, guys. I put this cover plate back on just so there's a system completely operational. What I have to cover off is just a little annoying that it's cut. So I'll see you once I get a new cover. Anyways, with the new cover, we put a screw in here, one way here, and the same thing here and here. Now all we have to do is add the other side of the cover, just like so. This one's a bit small, but I got it to work. Just like so, that looks perfect. Now we can go in here, turn on the main breaker, and we are done. Anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.